This is Dave Palumbo with RxMuscle.com in the Iron Asylum with Sabah Quinones. We are here less than 1 week out from the 2016 John Kemper Classic, and we're going to be doing a little shoulder and arm training. Sabah, you just got off the New York Metropolitan Championships where you won your Bikini open class rather splendidly, and a lot of people thought you probably should have won the overalls. Talk to us a little bit about how this past weekend went.
So this past weekend was a very emotional. This whole prep has been very emotional for me, and I remember a year from now, I was actually a spectator in the audience, just sitting there and watching all these beautiful girls go up on stage, and I said to myself, exactly a year from this past weekend, one day I want to go up and compete and do this. And, it was like a dream come true for me to get up on that stage and win that first place trophy in my open class C. It was definitely a really, really great experience for me. And I'm looking forward to doing the Kemper this weekend. I was born and raised in the United States, but both my parents are. My dad is from Pakistan, and my mom is. She was born in India, but also raised in Pakistan. So.
Oh, okay. You look spectacular. I got to tell you, you have a really, really, different look than you see in Bikini. You stick out. It kind of reminds me of when India Paulino first came on the scene. You kind of just pop on stage. Like all eyes go to you. I mean, as people watch this video, they can see you just have a tremendous physique. I remember seeing you last year. You looked great. And 1 year later, and you're winning shows. Now, the John Kemper show is coming up this weekend. Obviously, an overall would be a nice little feather in your cap, huh?
Yes, the aim is to go for the overall, of course, but you never know who pops up and who shows up. It's also it's gonna be, I heard, a very bigger than usual. Like there's a lot of competitors that are gonna be showing up at the Kemper this weekend, so let's see how it goes. But definitely going for that overall.
Now, given your success last weekend, obviously, and the fact that you have a terrific physique, and I know Steve Weinberg complimented you, will we see you maybe going for the a pro card at some point a little later this season, maybe Team Universe or Junior Nationals, something like that?
Yeah, I definitely after the John Kemper Classic, my coach and I, Dominic Mustasio, we spoke about it, and I'm gonna go on to full blown prep mode for Team U and aim for that pro card.
Now, yeah, Dominic and I obviously talk a lot, and he obviously is the one who originally told me about you. And I mean, he wasn't lying. I mean, you got some terrific genetics and potential to be a great pro. Matter of fact, I think you'll probably have an easier time winning shows as a pro, I believe, than you will as an amateur. I think you just sometimes there's a big discrepancy from turning pro and then being a pro. You kind of look like a pro already, and I'm not just saying that. I think a lot of people would agree with that.
Thank you.
What do you think you need to focus on at this point? Because I mean, you really don't need to make many changes, and it is a long way off before the the pro qualifiers start popping up in the early summer. Do you see yourself having trouble holding on?
Yeah. The thing about me is, the thing about it is having good genetics. I also put on muscle very quickly. So like Dominic stays on top of me. He takes my measurements on a weekly basis, and he designs my diet plan and training program accordingly. So for example, when I started off with him, my quads were a little big, and they definitely needed to come down a little bit, because that's not, like you said, the desired look for Bikini. They look for balance and shape. So he helped me bring down my quads and just get that perfect balance and proportion and shape that they're looking for. So hopefully he's gonna stay on top of me with my measurements and monitor me on a weekly basis, and we'll work from there, and just bring in a tighter and a little not too hard, because like again, for Bikini we don't want it too hard, but like definitely a tighter package and tighter glute and hamstring tie-in. That's what I'm aiming for.
Now, given the fact that you do put muscle on rather easily, and it seems like you are able to get very lean, could you see yourself moving up to maybe the figure division at some point, in the future?
It is that I did consider it. Like when I first decided to compete, figure is definitely the desired look that I wanted to aim for. But at the same time, I was like, let me give bikini a shot because I am very small and petite, and I have a very small structure. And the figure girls are a lot bigger than me, like at least 10 pounds more than me. So it would take me some time. And also, like, I need to develop a little, I feel like more muscle maturity. I'm still 28, so let's see what happens with bikini. I'm sticking to bikini for now.
What's your family support system? Do they like the fact that you're competing? Do they not understand it? I mean, given the fact that obviously your parents are from Pakistan, India, can they enjoy it and appreciate it, or were they resistant at first?
My mom is actually pretty supportive. She actually even wished me luck, but she's just really, really sick, so she can't obviously come to my show.
Sorry.
My dad is very, like, against it because, obviously he's Muslim and he doesn't approve his daughter wearing a bikini getting on stage. So, yeah, I don't really have a strong support system in terms of my parents, but my brothers are pretty supportive about it.
Is that a tough ethnic diversity to have? When your culture says one thing and then you want to do another thing inside. Do you feel torn sometimes that maybe I'm doing the wrong thing?
I personally don't feel torn, but like growing up, yeah, it was definitely really hard to break out of that. Like, to for my parents to just understand, and yeah, it is definitely very difficult. Like, girls from Pakistan or that region of area, they don't go to the gym. They don't put on muscle. They don't lift weights. It's like, it's very taboo, and especially a bikini, you're not even allowed to go wear that to a beach. Like, even if you go to the beach in Pakistan, they're fully covered and wearing,
Yeah.
burqas. So it's like, yeah, definitely it's difficult coming from that area.
Do you feel that maybe you could be a role model that maybe would break some of those barriers down? When women from Pakistan see you and say, "Hey, look at how great she looks. This is something that I might want to look like."
Oh yeah, definitely. I've already, like, have a lot of people on my Instagram, from Pakistan, India, contacting me and telling me how I've been an inspiration to them, and like, just, because it's a lot of them feel like they don't have the proper genetics. Like, a lot of my friends that see me that are from India and Pakistan, they always thought like, oh, we have bad genetics and our eating habits, and it's like impossible for us to put on muscles. But obviously I've proved that wrong, and it is possible for somebody from India, Pakistan, a female, to put on muscle and look great. So
Well, you absolutely have proven that wrong, and congratulations on your win this past weekend, and
yeah.
good luck at the Kemper coming up, and of course the Pro Card later in the season. For now, we are out of time. I'm Dave Palumbo with Sabah Quinones in the Iron Asylum.